Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your buddy Rob Molina, back to you with another quick little vid. In today's vid, I will definitely display some of the NYCC pops that I picked up last Friday. I know people have, made a bunch of these videos, basically all the way from last week. I guess I'm behind the 8 ball when it comes to that, so I apologize, guys, that I wasn't able to make something a little quicker for you guys, but now that I have an opportunity, I definitely want to talk about the pops that I was able to get during NYCC. I think this year's NYCC, I think in a lot of respects, was better than every other con that, basically came out this year. So to me, this year's releases were better than SECC all the way through, in my opinion, I think. But comment down below, guys, if you agree or disagree. But yes, I was excited for the My Hero pops that dropped during NYCC. And as you guys can see, this is Dobby. Of course, it's got the NYCC sticker right there from 2019. Of course, this one was exclusive to Hot Topic, so I was definitely excited to have picked this up in store. It was a pretty easy, purchase. There wasn't anybody in store really, and they had a bunch of these Dobbies, sort of like, in display or on the store display. So definitely an easy sort of adventure, with my friends to cop this guy. So as you guys can see, Dobby looks pretty awesome. So of course, when it comes to anime and the hair always shines through. The hair is spiky. Of course, Dobby's got some, dark black hair, kind of like myself. Of course, the cool thing about Dobby is the blue flame sort of quirk that he has. So the name of the quirk is Cremation. So Cremation, basically with Dobby, is able to, sort of, shoot out a blue flame. So it's definitely a more intense flame than, say, your traditional sort of red flame, orange colored flame. This burns brighter, burns more intense, so potentially it's able to cause way more damage than, say, a traditional fire attack. The cool thing about Dobby is definitely, he's definitely one of the more obscure sort of villains in the show. They don't really basically give too much detail or too much insight into his backstory. I know the manga has definitely gone way ahead of the anime series itself, and there is some speculation that this guy, Dobby, is related to one of the main characters, one of the Class 1A heroes. So I won't, talk about it, and I won't, basically give anybody any information or any additional information. But if you read up into it, you'll definitely see that Dobby has some connections to some of the heroes in the world of My Hero Academia. But yeah, everything about this pop is definitely amazing, definitely cool. I like the fact that Dobby, obviously has some of this almost like body transformation or body modification. You guys can sort of see like the underlying sort of like musculature underneath the skin. So it's almost like self-mutilation. It's kind of a weird thing, so it definitely makes him stand out from the other characters, the other villains. But yeah, definitely he's got a unique look. Obviously he's got like the scarring underneath his neck and underneath his eyes, and of course he's got this almost like stitching that runs across his eyes and the bottom of his chin. So yeah, it's some sort of self-mutilation, sort of weird sort of stuff. So, but yeah, this guy looks fantastic in pop form. I'm glad I have it, and yeah, guys. So we'll get into what else I got that day. Of course, if you guys know me, I love My Hero, I love anime. Of course, this is the best thing about the My Hero Academia series. From the very get-go, when I first saw this character, to me, Stain sort of epitomized, the show in the sense that, you know, yes, you had All Might, yes, you have Deku, yes, you have all the Class 1A heroes that sort of personify and, you know, or, you know, everything that's good about the superhero world. But then you have characters like Stain, who sort of like, you know, it's like the yin and yang. You know, you can't have good without having pure evil. So with this guy, you know, he wasn't just a bad guy. You know, he had a certain ideology. You know, Stain. I guess his claim to fame was that, you know, heroes in the My Hero Academia universe were heroes in the sense of, you know, like they wanted the adulation, they wanted the fame, they wanted the money, they wanted all the other things that come with being a famous hero, whereas, you know, none of those guys were entitled or deserving of that title. So the cool thing about, you know, Stain was that he sort of rejected that, you know, like he said, you know, like if you're gonna be a hero, then do hero-like things. Don't claim to be a hero, don't claim to, you know, want to save humanity and you know, protect your fellow man. You know, with him, it was more the sense that, you know, he was going to call out, you know, these guys that, you know, were proclaiming to be heroes. So the cool thing about Stain was that, you know, he sort of like was, you know, anti-establishment. He was just like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to mess you up, I'm going to tear you up, and I'm going to prove that you're a nobody. So to me, it just made it, it made him just that much more appealing. I know in the show he wasn't a main component of the show for very long. You know, obviously all the other characters, obviously Bakugo, Deku, Todoroki, All Might, of course, were lead protagonists in the show. Whereas like, you know, Stain, you know, became sort of like an offshoot character, but to me, definitely impressive, definitely awesome, definitely cool in every single way. So, you know, just like the character itself, the pop is amazing in every way. You know, I love the fact how his, you know, his like little cape, his tattered cape sort of flows behind him. Of course, you know, it acts like a base in this mold, you know, sort of gives him, you know, the ability to sort of stand on his own without the need of a base. Of course, you know, he's got a blade in one hand, and of course he's got a smaller blade with the serrated edges on the other side. And the cool thing about his quirk was that, you know, if he was able to inflict any sort of damage on you, so if he was able to, you know, cut you up, slice you up, and get any sort of blood, and if he was able to ingest it in the show, he was able to basically, you know, not permanently, but for a brief amount of time, he was able to basically hinder his opponent, you know, incapacitated. So they became paralyzed, basically. So the cool thing about his quirk was that, you know, if you were AB negative or AB positive, which is, I guess, the most common blood type, he was able to sort of incapacitate you and, you know, leave you handicapped, you know, or motionless for, you know, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, I think was the time frame. So in the show, you know, one of the lead characters, if you have not watched the show, I would hope that you've watched the show, but one of the lead characters, one of the main characters in the show has basically O positive blood. So if you do have O positive blood and you happen to get into a fight with Stain, you're still rendered incapacitated. You're still basically, you'll still lay motionless, but it'll be for a third of the time. So as opposed to being stuck and doing nothing and incapacitated for 12 minutes, you'd be incapacitated for 3 minutes or 4 minutes. But against somebody as bad as you know, Stain, you know, you definitely don't want to mess with this guy. You know, he'll, you know, make your life a living hell. He'll definitely destroy you, kill you, you know. So of course, yeah, I mean, everything about Stain is so cool. Everything about this pop just screams, you know, coolness. You know, the fact that, you know, his, you know, sort of bandana, you know, hangs across his forehead, or his headband, and then of course he's got this little face mask that of course is tattered itself. It's kind of beat up, but of course it's kind of like just flowing in the wind in the back, and of course the hair looks phenomenal. With all these anime pops, the way they're able to transfer it into pop form, it always is spot on. It's always fantastic. So I definitely enjoy everything about this pop. But yes, I was definitely excited to have picked up Dabi. and definitely excited to have picked up Stain, of course. And yeah, guys, you know, as far as everybody knows, you know, if you don't know, tomorrow is the you know, the newest season of My Hero Academia. So it's season 4. So I wanted to basically just show you guys to kind of just hype you up before the premiere of season 4 come tomorrow. So yeah, guys, comment down below if you were able to pick up you know, the My Hero Pops from NYCC last week, and you know, comment down below if you're excited about the new season. So I know I am, and I know millions of other people like myself and you guys are definitely excited to do the same thing. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you thought of my little mini haul. I know it wasn't crazy, or you know, I didn't buy, you know, 10 of them or a dozen of them, but you know, picked up the 2 that I liked the best, and you know, I was happy with that. But yeah, guys, you know, please subscribe, please like, please share, and yeah, you know, I will see you guys in the next vid. All right, guys, take care. Bye.